Once upon a time, in a village called Amuna, in the eastern part of Nigeria, there lived a young man named Obinna. He was very handsome, and every lady in the village couldn't help but notice him. They would often whisper to each other whenever Obinna walked by, admiring his charming smile and strong physique. Despite being the center of attention, Obinna didn't have a special someone in his life. He had many acquaintances, but no one had truly caught his eye. He longed for someone genuine, someone who would love him for who he truly was. One sunny morning, Obinna woke up early to fetch water from the river. The village relied on the river for their daily water needs, and Obinna's family was no exception. As he walked to the river, the warm sun on his skin and the gentle breeze in his hair made him feel alive. When he arrived at the river, he noticed a young woman scooping water into a clay pot. She looked up, and their eyes met. Obinna was taken aback by her beauty. Her name was Ada, and she had a radiant smile that lit up the entire surroundings. Obinna mustered up the courage to approach her, and they struck up a conversation. They talked about everything and nothing, from the village's latest news to their favorite foods. Obinna found himself laughing and feeling more at ease than he had in a long time. As they prepared to part ways, Obinna asked Ada if he could see her again. Ada agreed, and they made plans to meet by the river the following day. Obinna walked back home, feeling lighter and more hopeful than he had in weeks. That evening, Obinna sat on the couch in his sitting room, staring blankly at the wall. His mind kept wandering back to Ada. He couldn't shake off the feeling that he had finally found someone special. "I have finally found the woman I love," he thought to himself, a wide smile spreading across his face. He couldn't wait to see Ada again and get to know her better. Obinna's house was a simple bungalow, not too grand but not too rustic either. It was a cozy home that his family had lived in for generations. His parents were proud of their humble abode, and Obinna felt grateful to have a warm and loving family. As the night drew to a close, Obinna drifted off to sleep, his dreams filled with visions of Ada's beautiful smile and sparkling eyes. He knew that tomorrow couldn't come soon enough. The next morning, Obinna woke up early, feeling refreshed and excited. He got dressed quickly and headed to the river, eager to see Ada again. As he walked, he couldn't help but wonder what their next conversation would be about. When he arrived at the river, Ada was already there, scooping water into her pot. Obinna's heart skipped a beat as he approached her. They exchanged warm greetings, and Obinna knew that he was smitten. "Good morning, Ada," Obinna said, trying to sound casual. "I'm glad I found you here." "Good morning, Obinna," Ada replied, smiling. "I told you I'd be here today." Obinna smiled back, feeling a sense of joy he hadn't experienced in a long time. He knew that he wanted to spend more time with Ada to get to know her better and see where their friendship might lead. As they talked, Obinna learned more about Ada's interests and hobbies. They discovered that they shared a love for farming and enjoyed working in the fields. Obinna felt a deep connection to Ada, and he knew that he wanted to explore this feeling further. Obinna never knew who Ada truly was. He was only carried away by her beauty, smile, and calmness. She was a witch from the marine world. She lives in the water, but Obinna never knew. She only appears as a beauty angel deceiving young men. She had a mission to destroy 100 young men, which she had done 99. Obinna will be the last one for her. She hid her true self from Obinna and continued to be his ordinary friends. She had read his mind, and she knew he was already falling in love with her. She knew that with time, Obinna will propose to her, and when they get married, it will be easy for her to carry out her mission. Later that day, Ibuka walked up to Obinna's house, expecting to find his friend lounging in the sitting room or working in the backyard. However, he was surprised to see the door shut. Ibuka sat down on the bench outside the compound, wondering where Obinna could have gone. Obinna doesn't usually go out at this time of day, he thought to himself, and even if he had an appointment, he would have told me. As the minutes ticked by, Obinna still hadn't returned. Ibuka decided to leave and come back later in the day. Just as he was about to stand up, he saw Obinna walking towards the house, a big smile on his face. "Hey, Ibuka, I've been looking forward to seeing you," Obinna said, greeting his friend warmly. "I've been waiting for you, Obinna," Ibuka replied. "I was starting to worry about you." "Where did you go?" Obinna chuckled and sat down beside Ibuka on the bench. "I went to the river to fetch water, and that's where I met her," he said, his eyes sparkling with excitement. "Her?" Ibuka asked, curiosity piqued. "Who's her?" "Her name is Ada," Obinna said, a dreamy look on his face. "She's beautiful, Ibuka, and we talked for hours." I feel like I've known her forever. Ibuka's eyes widened in surprise, but he was also happy for his friend. That's great news, Obina. You've been looking for someone special, and it sounds like you've found her. How old is she? What's her family like? Obina laughed. I don't know much about her family yet, but she's amazing. And I think I'm falling in love with her, Ibuka. Ibuka grinned, feeling a sense of joy for his friend. That's wonderful, Obina. Your mom will be thrilled to hear that you've found someone. You've reached the age to get married, and she's been worrying about your bachelorhood. Obina smiled, feeling a sense of relief wash over him. He knew that his friend was happy for him, and that meant a lot. The following day, Ada went for a meeting with her friends in their kingdom as usual. The place looks horrible and decorated with traditional attires, calabash. The leader of the group, known as Queen Natasha, sat on her throne and started to ask each and every one of them about their assignment and how far they have done. They were 5 girls in numbers, and Ada was one of them. After asking them about their assignment, Queen Natasha was impressed with the result. From Ada's report, she had destroyed over 90 young men's lives. Other of her friends also gave their report also. Queen Natasha praised them and also encouraged them to do more. She further told Ada to carry about her mission against Obina and leave the village before it becomes late. She also increased the girls' power for their reward and also to carry out their missions successfully. From that moment, Ada started making plans of how to carry out her mission against Obina. She sat at the side of the river one fateful day. She didn't invite Obina. She came alone, thinking deeply on how to act fast to get Obina. I need to make him get married to me, Ada thought. What do I do? One faithful day, Obina took Ada to his house while they were going. Ada thought within herself that her plan was becoming easier for her. When they get home, Obina grants her a request that she can come and visit him anytime she wants. Ada felt happy and promised to always come around. While she sat in the sitting room, Obina served her food and they were both eating happily and discussing. Suddenly, Ada looked into Obina's eyes and asked him, Obina, do you truly love me? Obina was taken aback by Ada's question. He wasn't expecting it this soon. By the way, he was the one that was supposed to ask her. Obina smiled and replied her yes, and in fact I will love to get married to you and take you to my mother's house. Ada also smiled. She couldn't wait to get married to Obina and get rid of him. While they were both discussing happily, Ibuka came in and met Obina and Ada sitting together in a happy mood. Immediately, Ibuka saw Ada. He knew she was the girl Obina had been dying for. Obina greeted Ibuka before introducing Ada to him, but Ibuka wasn't happy. His spirit didn't accept the two of them together. He wanted to voice out, but he walked away and promised to check back on him later in the day. Just like that, Ibuka, what happened? You should be happy seeing me happy. This is Ada, the lady I told you about, the one I met at the river and I said I love, Obina said, trying to remind Ibuka. Ibuka shook his head in disappointment and walked out of the house. Obina was surprised and confused. Ibuka has never acted like this before, not even in the presence of his guests, but what happened made him short of words. Obina thought. Who is he? Ada asked Obina. He is my best friend and as a matter of fact, the only friend I have in this village, Obina replied. So why is he acting like this? Didn't he like me? Ada said. Even if he doesn't like you, I love you. And as a matter of fact, I will be the one to get married to you, not him, Obina replied. They both smiled and joking ended the discussion. After Ada left Obina's house, Ibuka came back. Obina wasn't happy, likewise Ibuka. He asked Ibuka why he acted like that in the presence of his guest. Ibuka told Obina that his spirit was at rest when he saw her. She is not the right woman for you, Ibuka said, but Obina just laughed it away and told her to stop the jokes. Ibuka told Obina that he was serious and that the lady wasn't the right person. I can perceive evil around that lady, Ibuka said. Ibuka, please just stop all this. I don't like it. Are you aware you're talking to my wife to be? Obina replied. Obina, you will not marry that lady. If you don't want to die prematurely, just stay away from her, Ibuka said. I don't understand you, Ibuka. Are you the one dying prematurely? Allow me to die my premature death. At this point, enough of all this. Don't provoke me further, Obina replied. Your mother needs to hear this as soon as possible. I won't watch you die under my watch, Ibuka said. Oh, so you have suddenly become my savior. I just don't know what to tell you. I think you need to start taking your leave now, Obina replied. Are you sending me out of your house? Ibuka asked. It's obvious I am. You've provoked me enough. Just leave, Obinna said. I can see you want to leave our 5 years friendship over a lady you met a week ago. I knew that lady was possessed, Ibuka replied and left. Obinna sat on the bench alone. He was confused and sorrowful. He loves Ada so much. How will I just leave her alone because of what Ibuka said? No, no, no. It is not possible. I think I need to see my mother. Let me hear her out, Obinna thought within himself. 2 days later, Obinna took Ada to his mother's house. They walked hand in hand, discussing joyfully. Obinna was excited to introduce Ada to his mother as his future wife. But when they arrived, his mother's reaction was unexpected and broken. She screamed and told Obinna to take Ada out of the house. Don't tell me she's the lady you want to get married to, because it won't happen, she said, her voice firm. Obinna and Ada looked at each other, embarrassed. Ada pretended to be sorrowful and left the house, while Obinna confronted his mother. Whether you like it or not, mother, I will get married to her, Obinna said, his voice determined. His mother shook her head, refusing to accept Ada as her daughter-in-law. Obinna felt sorrowful, but he was determined to make his relationship with Ada work. Meanwhile, Ada sat alone by the river, thinking about what to do next. She wondered why Obinna's mother and friend hate her for no reason. I haven't met them before, so why the hatred? Could it be that my true identity is beginning to be revealed? But how is that possible? What do I do now? A lot of thought was running through her mind, and she needed to act fast. She needed to get rid of Obinna before she lost him. A few minutes later, Obinna came to the river and saw Ada. He apologized to her on his mother's behalf, but Ada's countenance still looked sad. Obinna tried everything to make Ada happy, but she wasn't smiling. Obinna then brought out the ring he bought and proposed to her. Ada looked surprised and smiled immediately. Without thinking twice, she said yes to him. Obinna further told Ada that nothing can come in between them, not even his mother. From that day on, Ada and Obinna started living under the same roof without a proper wedding. They will eat together, sleep together, and do other things together. One faithful day, Ibuka went to see Obinna's mother concerning Obama's decision to get married to Ada. As he walked, he thought about what to do. When he got to her home, he greeted her politely. Mama, good afternoon. Afternoon, my son. How are you? She replied. I'm not fine, Mama, Ibuka replied. What happened? She replied, feeling worried. Ibuka sat down beside Obinna's mother, concern etched on his face. Mama, I'm here about Obinna and Ada. I heard what happened yesterday, and I wanted to talk to you about it. Obinna's mother sighed, her expression still troubled. What is it, Ibuka? You know how I feel about that girl. She's not right for my son. Ibuka nodded sympathetically. I understand your concerns, Mama, but Obinna seems really happy with her. I just want to make sure everything is okay. Obinna's mother shook her head. I'm telling you, Ibuka, that girl is trouble. I don't know what she's after, but I won't let her ruin my son's life. Ibuka listened attentively, trying to understand Obinna's mother's perspective. He knew she wanted the best for her son. I think we need to embark on a fasting and prayer for me. That girl is up to something and she won't succeed, Mama said. From that day on, Ibuka will join Obinna's mother to pray for Obinna. One day, Obinna's mother and Ibuka decide to check up on Obinna and also advise not to get married to a stranger he knows nothing much about her. When they arrived, they knocked at the door and were surprised to see Ada. Obinna's mother's expression turned stern. What are you doing in my son's house? She asked, her voice rising. Ada stood tall. Why wouldn't I be? We're married. I know you are evil and a witch. Is that how marriage is done? You just come into a man's house and conclude you are married. Obinna's mother's anger boiled over. You think you're worthy of my son? You're not even good enough for him. She screams at her. Madam, this place doesn't look like a market, so stop shouting, Ada said. The situation escalated, and Obinna's mother got annoyed. She slapped Ada and Obinna intervened, furious with his mother's actions. How could you, mother? He demanded. Leave us alone. Ada held her face and cried inside. What is that supposed to mean? Are you sending us out of your house? Ibuka said, looking upset too. But it's obvious I am. You guys are causing more trouble. Leave me and my wife alone, Obinna replied, shut the door and left. Obinna's mother and Ibuka left, but the damage was done. They were shocked to hear those harsh words from Obinna. Ibuka encourages Obinna's mother never to give up on Obinna. He further said they should continue in prayer for him, that prayer is the key. The following day, Obina had left for work, leaving Ada alone in the house. Ada sat on the couch in the sitting room thinking deeply. I need to act fast. I don't have time anymore. Obina's mother and friend are after my life. I need to see Queen Natasha. She disappeared from the house and appeared at Queen Natasha's shrine, worried about her situation with Obina. She told Queen Natasha everything about Obina's mother disapproving of her, about the confrontation at Obina's house, and about her fears of losing Obina. Queen Natasha listened attentively, her expression calm and wise. Don't worry, my child, she said. I have a solution for you, but you must be careful and do exactly as I say. Ada nodded eagerly, desperate for a way to secure her sacrifices. Queen Natasha handed her a white handkerchief. Use this to wipe Obina's face and head, Queen Natasha instructed. After you do, his glory shall depart from him and you will become more powerful. Your glory shall become brighter. You shall become promoted. But you must endeavor to do it tonight before the night ends. Ada took the handkerchief, feeling a mix of emotions. She was determined, no matter what it took.